Hello everyone, this is Justin Smythe from nextbigtrade.com. In this video, I'm going to review some of the biggest winning stocks from 2023 from a stage analysis perspective, discuss how their sector strength led to some of their big gains, and look at where their stage 2 breakout points were across each of these different stocks. You can see that stage analysis can be applied to any sector of the stock market, as the system is based on price and volume. And sector strength is really one of the big drivers of performance in individual stocks, along with an uptrend in the overall stock market. So when you combine a stock market that's coming out of a correction with a leading sector and then a leading individual stock, that's where you can find these explosive winners that occur year in and year out in the stock market. So starting off with Nvidia, at the end of 2022, the large cap tech sector was really coming out of a massive stage 4 downtrend where a lot of these stocks were really beat up. 2022 in terms of performance was one of the worst years for large cap technology stocks in the last 20 years. So bear markets provide big opportunities, and large cap tech was a big opportunity heading into 2023. You can see that Nvidia started forming a stage 1 base late in 2022, then breaks out into stage 2 in early 2023 above the key moving averages. The volume started to increase as the breakout occurred, and then Nvidia went back into an uptrend. This is around the same time where the S&P 500 turned up as well. And even though the S&P 500 had a failed breakout that led into another pullback in February, Nvidia was so strong that it kept rallying, and then Nvidia had another breakout towards the middle of May when the artificial intelligence sector really started getting going, has a continuation breakout against the 10-week moving average, and then big volume comes into Nvidia. And really this is where the major portion of its move was finished off for 2023. You can see that after the S&P 500 topped out and went into a correction in July, Nvidia struggled all the way until October, and then Nvidia was barely able to get going again because the artificial intelligence stocks really never got going during the last rally of the year in November and December. So really Nvidia's gains were made coming out of the bear market in early 2023, and then when the artificial intelligence sector really shined between May and July 2023. META is another big winning large cap technology stock. You can see this one actually based against the 10-week moving average, broke out right when 2023 started. Then it had a big breakout on volume against the 30-week moving average, pulls back, and really just has a nice uptrend above the 10-week moving average for basically between the January and July time period. Then this S&P 500 again goes into a correction from July until October. Meta just goes sideways, and then Meta started to break out towards the end of the year. So again, another large cap technology stock that had most of its gains occurred from early 2023 until July 2023. Now moving to these artificial intelligence stocks, again, they had their big gains for the year between that May and July time period. Palantir is really one of the poster childs of this sector. This stock trades more volume than almost any other stock in the artificial intelligence space. You can see this one had a nice stage 1 base, failed to kind of break out in February, but then finally followed through in May. This is where the artificial intelligence breakout started. You can see the massive volume that came in here. Again, we had a nice stage 2 uptrend until the end of July. Palantir pulls back and then tries to break out again in late October 2023, but this move just went for a couple weeks, and then the artificial intelligence stock started struggling towards the latter half of that rally to end 2023. IONQ, another one that had a big monster breakout during that May-July timeframe. You can see the stage 2 breakout here. You can see the massive volume that came in on that breakout. Upstart, another massive winner during its 2 uptrends. You can see that this one actually broke out against the 10-week moving average, was badly beat up during the 2022 bear market, breaks out on volume. You can see how multiple weeks of volume came in, kind of confirming the breakout. Big move higher, then it has a major correction, pulls back in a big way, and then sets up a breakout again against the 10-week moving average. You've got 3 weeks of heavy volume, and then it kind of tapered off towards the end of 2023. AI was another, big stock in this sector that did well early on. You've got a big breakout early in 2023, but the sector move really didn't start again until May. This one consolidated against its just below its 30-week moving average, then has a massive breakout on volume in May. Big run higher for multiple weeks. But then it tops out for the year, basically, has a big high volume selling week in May, and then pulls back and fails to break out again during that November-December timeframe in 2023. Finally, for the artificial intelligence stocks, VRT, another major winner this year. Again, you see that breakout above resistance in that May timeframe. Huge volume comes in, and then it has another continuation breakout in July, actually. So this one defied the correction that occurred from July to October in the S&P 500. You've got a massive breakout on volume. You can see how it's having trouble fighting through that correction, but it manages to edge higher, and then it trends higher for the rest of 2023 when the market turns back up again. You can see volume coming into this one too on the upside. So this one's a major winner and very powerful stock, given the fact that it trended above the 10-week moving average the entire time in 2023 after it broke out. Turning to the cryptocurrency stocks, this was the major winning sector at the end of 2023. Basically kind of pulled the inverse of the artificial intelligence space, where it broke out late in the middle of 2023 but couldn't follow through. You've got some heavy volume here, and then had its bigger move in 2023 towards the end. You can see the consistently heavy volume coming into the stage 1 base again, and then it breaks out on volume in November 2023. CLSK, another big winner in the sector. You can see here again it bases around the 30 and 10-week moving average. Volume was already coming into the stock, and then it erupts on huge volume during its stage 2 breakout. Has a multi-week run higher. Coin was a early leader coming out of that October correction in the cryptocurrency space. You can see it breaks above resistance. It just didn't have quite the massive volume that other stocks in this sector had. And then MSTR was another big breakout, early breakout too. This one broke out at the end of October, so this one helped signal the sector was strengthening here for cryptocurrency stocks. You've got a breakout on volume here, and then the volume continued all the way until the end of 2023. Finally, looking at a couple other sectors that provided some massive gains for 2023, the home building and real estate stocks had a massive run in 2023. Really at the start of 2023, they kind of came out of a stage 1 base, just like large cap tech, had a major stage 2 advance, and then coming out of the October correction lows, especially with interest rates bottoming out. Big volume comes into home building stocks again, and they go on another massive run higher to end the year. Essentially, basically going parabolic in some of these stocks on huge volume. So big run higher for home building stocks in 2023 after a massive stage 4 downtrend in 2022. DFH is another big winner. You can see how it turned around, erupted on volume in late October, and then went on a big run to end 2023. And then finally, a couple of consumer cyclical stocks that were crushed in 2022 that had monster runs in 2023. Carvana, heavily shorted stock, breaks out on big volume, stage 2 breakout against the 10-week moving average. Massive run higher during that May to July time period, and then had a little bit of a run during that November-December time period, kind of breaking out again against a consolidation against the key moving averages. And then ANF was another beaten down consumer cyclical stock. Again, that May-July time period is where this one really erupted. You've got big volume coming in, breaks out above key moving averages, and then has a continuation breakout on massive volume in August. So this one broke out kind of like VRT when the market was weak and was able to power through a weak market and then rally towards the end of the year. So another one that was coming out of a stage 4 downtrend into a stage 1 base, big stage 2 breakout, and then big gains for the year. So 2023 overall provided a lot of opportunity in different sectors. As I discussed in the newsletter, the artificial intelligence stocks were the leading sector during that May to July time period, and then cryptocurrency was the main leading sector from November into December. And there was also some other major themes: large cap tech, home builders, etc. So lots of opportunity coming out of the 2022 bear market, and it shows that, again, with stage analysis, combining an uptrend in the overall market with leading sectors and powerful stage 2 breakouts helps you discover the best stocks in the stock market, no matter what sector they're trading in.